We're all ready?
Yep.
Good morning. My name is Carl Douglas, C-A-R-L-D-O-U-G-L-A-S. My law partner, Jamon Hicks, J-A-M-O-N-H-I-C-K-S. Our client, Miss Yayo Russell, Y-E-A-Y-O. Russell, R-U-S-S-E-L-L. As Mr. Hicks will explain in greater detail, we are here on behalf of Miss Russell and her one-year-old son, announcing the filing of a federal excessive force lawsuit. We contend that this lawsuit is really one of the remaining vestiges of the administration of the former sheriff. And we are hopeful that with the ascension and the election of Sheriff Robert Luna, a new day is dawning in Los Angeles County. We are heartened because Sheriff Luna brought the horrific aspects of this case to the public's knowledge. We are hopeful because Sheriff Luna has seen fit to answer the calls of the residents of the Antelope Valley by transferring one of the captains that were assigned to the Lancaster station. Folks, I have been a lawyer fighting in this game for more than 43 years. I've had a chance to see and to hear thousands of circumstances. And this video that you're going to see reflects something that is horrific. July 14th, 2022.
Good morning, everyone. As Mr. Douglas mentioned, my name is Jamon Hicks, one of the attorneys for Ms. Russell. As you can see on the video, towards the end, you see multiple punches by the deputy against Ms. Russell as she was holding her child. So we have filed a federal civil rights lawsuit that alleges excessive force, that alleges Monell liability, meaning that the county has had a practice and a custom of using excessive force against the Antelope Valley residents, specifically using force against Black women, that they have failed their deputies on how to retrieve a child if necessary without using force against that mother. This case is about more than just punches. There's a lot of other things that happen after that will be part of the lawsuit. For example, when Ms. Russell was in jail for 4 days, hours and hours, she had no idea where her child was. hours and hours she had no idea if her child was okay. This was a newborn baby, just 10 weeks old when this incident happened. Also, what will be part of the lawsuit is that the deputies forced her to expose her breast milk and then had her destroy that breast milk when she specifically told the deputies that she did not want her baby on milk just yet. So this lawsuit is about much more than those punches. It is about the way the deputies treated this mother. It is about the way the deputies treated another mother, all over a traffic infraction. So yesterday, our office filed this federal civil rights lawsuit against the County of Los Angeles. And we will be also filing the lawsuit against the individual deputies responsible for the use of force against Ms. Russell, for the use of force on the little baby, because as you can see and hear in the video, when they're trying to take the baby away from his mother, they are pulling his leg to the point causing her such concern, she thought that they were breaking her baby's leg. So in addition to Ms. Russell being a plaintiff in the lawsuit, the minor is also a plaintiff in the lawsuit. We'll wait to see who the judge is assigned to the case, and then we'll make sure to fight for justice on behalf of Ms. Russell, her baby, and we'll stand in solidarity with all the members of the Antelope Valley community that have been affected by excessive force and its treatment on behalf of the Sheriff's Department. Thank you very much for your time.
One thing I want to add, 43 years I've been doing this. I have had a chance to see hundreds of occasions of allegations of force. I can count on one hand the number of times I've ever encountered a law enforcement officer who admits to striking a woman in the face, all because the allegation was she did not have her baby in a car seat. The discretion that these officers chose to use then is horrific. To separate a mother from her child will impact not only the mother, but the child in a traumatic incident for the rest of their lives. Those are not just my words. Those are the words of Mayor Karen Bass when she saw the video of this outrage. So we stand strong with Ms. Yale Russell, and we will hope to rid the Sheriff's Department of this warrior mentality that could allow officers to violate the rights of a woman protecting her young child and it goes silent for an entire year until Sheriff Luna has uncovered the cultural problems that still remain. So we look forward to vindicating her rights in a court of law. We thank you for your time.
Are there any questions?
Yeah, can you explain the allegations made about what happened with the breast milk after the arrest?
And you are,
Oh, Blake Trolley, KFI.
thank you.
When Ms. Russell was trying to explain to the deputies first, she was trying to find out what happened to her child. When she's trying to explain to them about what the baby needs, the issue of milk comes up. They have her breastfeed to expose the milk, but then don't give the milk to the baby. Instead, they have her flush the milk down the toilet, and then the baby received regular milk against what she wanted. So again, we believe that goes to the culture, and that's part of the lawsuit in addition to the force that was used.
Question regarding the 4-day period where the child was in somebody else's custody and Russell was not advised about what it was. Who actually was in charge of the child at that point? Was there also an obligation on them to get a hold of the sheriffs to advise Ms. Russell, we have the child's in custody, here's where it is? Is there a failing not only at the sheriff's department level, but at, I don't know if it's DCFS is involved in this as well?
Pete Demetrio, KNX.
The failure on behalf of the county is in telling Ms. Russell where her child was while she was in jail. At some point, Ms. Russell did learn that the child was in family's care, but there was a long period of time before she learned that information. And she was obviously in great distress waiting to get that information. Another very important part about the lawsuit is that once the children were out of the car, there was family on the way to pick up the child. So the sheriff's department could have just easily allowed the child to go with Yayo's family, and this would have alleviated the need for force and arrest. She gets cited for failure to have car seat.
In the child's custody status, where is that at this time?
I don't want to discuss anything about DCFS right now because we don't know what's the status, and we'll be in touch, so I'm gonna not get into any details about the status of DCFS investigation.
Sister Charlene, a final call?
Yes, how is she doing? How are you doing, and how is the baby?
She's obviously very, very scared, very, very stressed. Like Mr. Douglas said, this happened a year ago. She's had to deal with it privately during that entire time, and now it's public, so she has to relive it again. You can see she couldn't even look at the video when it was happening because she's reliving it more and more daily because of this. The child is now 1 year old, but as Mr. Douglas said, that's a bond between a mother and child that situation will never leave for them, ever.
Thank you.
And sister, there's a time and a place for everything. Now is not the time to hear from her, and this is not the place.
I'm sorry, is there an amount that you guys are seeking?
There's no amount that we're seeking at this time. Right now, our focus is on vindicating her civil rights, and we'll deal with that as the lawsuit happens.
Go ahead.
Hey, Alex Rozier with NBC4. Just wanted to get your thoughts on just the intent of them to arrest for felony child endangerment. I've talked to some people in the legal community who say even that is a bit of a stretch of the law. What's your take on that?
Again, given the fact that there was another person from the family coming to take the child, if their concern was just truly for the welfare of the child, allow that child to go with the car seat with the family member, and you cite Ms. Russell. That would have been the standard procedure. Why it turns into snatching a child out of the mother's hand is beyond me.
And a quick follow-up to that, you touched on it a bit earlier, but I mean, you are involved in a few cases out of the Antelope Valley. You touched on it a bit, but elaborate more. What does this say about policing up there?
Well, I don't think there's any question that there's a problem with the LA County and Antelope Valley residents. We've worked on other cases involving that area, and it's unfortunate that it took a year for this video to even come out. This is something that the public should have seen right away. And the fact that it took a year, and again, credit to Sheriff Luna for exposing it, shows the mentality of the county sheriffs in that area.
And the decision to transfer the former captain there was a bold step, hopefully moving toward justice that the community had called out for months. Thank you all for your time, and may God bless.